Hello, good evening, and welcome to the fourth and final of our exclusive car reveals here on BSCDA TV. Tonight, I'm going to be chatting to a driver who's relatively new to the sport, number 524, Jason Cull. Jason, thank you so much for doing this evening.
It's a pleasure, no problem.
So like I said right at the beginning, you're quite new to the sport. You had a few hires starting in 2018 through Matt Newsom. So kind of what got you into stock cars?
I think back as early as sort of 1980, I used to go and watch as a young lad. I always thought one day I'll have a go at that, as you do when you're young. And then many, many years on from that, my wife actually treated me to one of the driving experiences at Northampton. I think it was like a Ian Higgins hire car day where you went and did a few laps there. And then obviously it's money then, isn't it? You know, it's an expensive sport. And then literally one of the guys I used to race 250 karts with, he put me in touch with Matt Newson because James Tucker, he hired a couple of, had a few goes in it. And he just said, Matt's sensible money, just go and have a go and live the dream. So that's what we did. We parted with some folding sheets and here we are now.
So you mentioned obviously did a bit of the driving experiences. Have you raced anything competitively other than Formula One?
Yeah, so I used to do a lot of 250 supercarts when I was younger and a lot lighter. But yeah, it was more at club level. Won a few races, lost a few, crashed a few times. But no, it was good fun. Good fun. Cheap motorsport again. For the speed of those supercarts are seriously quick. And then to have a go in one of these things is just totally alien compared. There's nothing. They got four wheels. That's about it. Everything else is so different, isn't it? And even all four wheels are a different shape and size. Yeah.
No, absolutely. I'm sure when you sat in it and the sound as well. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah, well, I remember the first weekend when I eventually got sorted with Matt was at Hensford Hills.
Yeah.
And you have to do your 3 laps or whatever to, say that you're capable of driving the thing. And I got strapped in it and I didn't get told anything. Literally just sent out to do the 3 laps. And I remember thinking, oh my God, what am I doing? I actually thought to myself, right, I'm getting out of this. I'll give Matt his money. I'm not racing this thing. This is just like, it blew my mind. It was so different. Yeah. So at the end of the practice laps, I turned to the pit exit gate and the marshal was going, no, stay there. You're in heat 1. I'm like, no, I need to go out. And there's Matt going, he'll be all right from over the barriers. And that was it. Off we went into heat 1. And that's the best thing I did. It's definitely the best thing I did because I was actually thinking, I'm not too sure about this. And I'm glad I did it. We got beat up in that, obviously, but I think it made for me, the difference because I was definitely not getting back out there, after those few laps.
They are big, scary, noisy things. They absolutely are.
Yeah, and I didn't know whether I should be embarrassed, but I said to Chris, one of the lads that was helping out, I was like, I don't think I even took full throttle in that heat, and he was just that, Larry, and that was just a hire car. So, they are big, scary things, but I can't get enough of it now.
So it is a big right. So you've been the hire car, and then it's a big step to what you've done now, which is to have a brand new car off Matt. So kind of why? Is it because you just love it that much?
Yeah, I've got quite a lot of mechanical sympathy, and I was always thinking that I was driving to protect his car, which sounds bizarre in stock car racing. But at Birmingham Wheels, I saw the oil pressure drop, so I pulled off. There was a faulty gauge, but I just didn't want to damage his car because it's his. He's renting it. And the only time the front bumper got used was when I got put in the fence. I'm a total novice to it, so I was thinking, you know what? If I've got my own, it doesn't matter if I bend it, scratch it, trash it. I can use it what it's meant for. And hopefully I will drive a lot better. With it being my own car. So,
That makes
Can't
sense.
wait.
Is the plan for you to have it, or is a plan for Matt to look after it for you and take it to the race meetings?
Yeah, Matt's definitely got to look after it for me and have it, because I'm just too busy with work and I don't have time to do it myself. So we've done a deal that we're both happy with. I rock up, I drive my car, he preps it, repairs any damage. We've done a commercial deal that works for both of us. So I'm really happy. He's obviously happy. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think when I talk to lots of drivers, there is a bit around actual knowledge and how to set a car up. That's a huge deal, isn't it? So you can have the best car in the world, but actually, if you don't know how to set it up and do all the stuff in the workshop, you're just going to lose, aren't you, straight away?
Yeah, I mean, this is where it's really difficult for me, because in my job, my daytime job is to make race cars go faster as a race engineer, and everything I've seen about these cars, well, it's just lost me. You
Right,
know,
okay.
I've made some changes to mine that Matt's going, it ain't going to work. I'm going, it's got to work. Just common sense is, and I've done some different things to this car. So you know,
Yeah.
if it all goes wrong, I'll put my hand up and go, Matt, back to your way. But yeah, we're gonna have a try a few different things. And I'm sure Matt is going to be right. But
Yeah.
until I see it myself with my own eyes,
Yeah.
you know, um,
So is
yeah.
that born
So
out, like you say, from what you do as a day job? Is that kind of, so you see stuff that works in something else and go, well, that must work in this?
yeah, I always said to Matt, what stops you from going any faster in your stock car? And he says this, and this. And I go, well, surely you need to do this, this, and this. And he sort of shrugs his shoulders, and whether he's tried it or whether he's heard it all before. So right from the off, from what he's told me and from me driving them, I've made some changes already. And you won't see it in the pictures, I don't think, but as soon as you see it in the pits and have a look round it, you will see some things that are different on it. And if it works, brilliant. If it doesn't, I'll have some bits for sale, won't I?
Well, hopefully we'll be doing sort of race winner interviews this season. So potentially we could be chatting about it in our BSCDA PR gazebo thingy that we have.
I would say very, very unlikely, but if Calvin can win a race, and when we did Kingsley, I said, as long as I beat you, Calvin, I don't care. So when I saw him on his roof, I was like, there's a positive to every negative. As long as he's all right, I'm happy. But technically, I'll beat him in that
Yeah.
race. So
um,
yeah,
we were chatting off camera before we started recording, and you let us into what is quite a big secret. Do you want to kind of get that off your chest now?
yeah. Well, when this gets aired, I think my wife is about to find out that she probably technically owns a stock car with me, because she has no idea that I own this stock car. So it'll be a surprise to her. But I did promise her, because I kept getting hurt in the hire cars with his seats, that if I ever raced a Matt Newson car again, I would buy, the best seat money can
Yeah.
buy, and that's what I've done. But I've also got the car with it, so
could you not say it came as part of the deal? I don't know, like a bit of a, you buy this seat, you get this stock car free. Like those adverts.
yeah, I suppose it was quite an expensive seat. Yeah, yeah, but I'm sure, yeah, I'm sure she'll be fine. Sorry, darling.
Yeah, yeah. Fingers crossed. I mean, is it a birthday soon or something? I don't know.
No, no, it's getting very close to my daughter's birthday. My daughter's name's on the car along with my wife, so that'll be the soft blow to it. I'm sure we can, either that or I'm going to be doing a lot more races than where I expected. If it all goes wrong.
So how have you keeping this hidden then? So I mean, it's a big deal, isn't it? To kind of presumably be going over to Matt's quite a lot and.
Yeah, I mean, obviously with lockdown, I haven't been able to go over there as much as I like. This car's been in build for well over a year.
Yeah.
And I'm just thankful for Matt and all the team over there. They've been plodding along with it, and then I come along with my fancy ideas, and he takes the mickey out my tools that I bring over and stuff. But it's I just say to the wife, I'm out working, and off I go in my daytime job work clothes and come back after a long day. And technically, I have been working.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's But listen, I mean, fingers crossed it all goes well when this goes out next Thursday night. You've got a week and 2 days, I think, to kind of prep for it.
Yeah, and a week of that's in Italy from tomorrow, so 2 days.
So, looking ahead to the 2021 season, assuming that everything goes well post car reveal, have you set yourself any plans, any targets? What does it look like for you?
I said to Matt in the beginning, I didn't want to just do a year's worth of stock car racing because you ain't never going to do nothing in the first year. I've had a couple of hires over the last few years. You need to have a good stab at it because, like shale, I can't get my head around that at all, but I'm going to for sure. You know, so I said to Matt, "This is 5 years. I want to race Brisker F1 for at least 5 years. Whether we have another new car or whether we just stick with that one, whether we buy a second car, another shale car, as well as this is supposed to be a multi-surface car,
Yeah.
but it's probably now I've seen it. It's so nice. It's probably only going to get used on tarmac,
Yeah.
and then I'll rent off Matt and wreck his cars on shale instead of mine. So you know,
So you clearly are making a big investment into the sport.
yeah, I sort of want to show that I haven't got a big flash house. I don't own a company. You know, um, I'm self-employed race engineer, just showing that a working man can go and race these things. As long as you invest wisely. Because I know there's a lot of money being spent in the sport. I'm trying to minimise the money I spend, but let's see what the car's like for what I've spent. I think we're doing a reasonable job. And I've just got an ordinary daytime job. I don't own any big companies. I haven't got any big sponsors. I got an engineering firm that helps me out with parts. I mean, even Jordan's got a sticker on the car. Just trying to fill spaces. Matt Simpson has helped me out with the exhaust. I was his race engineer in British touring cars, and
Yeah.
so he's done me a great deal on a lovely exhaust system. So it's only small bits that have been helped towards it. The rest of it comes out of my back pocket.
But like you say, though, isn't it? It is a working man sport, and I guess you spend as much as you spend to your means, don't you? And I think I'm sure when people see the pictures in a couple of minutes, they will appreciate what you've done with what you've spent. And it does look a beautiful car.
Yeah, you don't have to spend the serious money that to have some fun. Because all I want to do is go out there, have some fun. As long as I'm smiling at the end of every race, which I have done. Even when I've got hurt and bashed around, I still come out with a massive smile. You got these great big V8s under your right foot, sideways everywhere. I mean, it's perfect, isn't it? It's a proper man sport. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's
So
proper petrol head.
Yeah, absolutely. So you mentioned obviously your job and you're away quite a bit. Can you go through the calendar and kind of go, I can do that meeting, or is it a bit spur of the moment depending on where it takes you?
Normally, we've got set calendars, but obviously with the COVID situation, it's a little bit difficult. But we've got a bit of a plan. I can't do every meeting for sure. I'm trying to do at least 50% of the meetings, and as many tarmac ones as I can in my own car. But I'm definitely not shying away for any shale. I want to be at that first Bradford. That's just amazing because I used to go to Bradford when I was a kid. And to potentially race there, well, that would be a dream come true. I don't care whether I go out in the first lap, just to, have done a lap round Bradford in a Brisker F1 is, dream come true.
I think you're not alone in wanting to race a Formula One stock car around Bradford. I think from what we've heard, there's a huge number of people that are coming either into the sport or back into the sport as a result of that stadium coming on board this year. So yeah, it's a great positive, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Because there used to be a lot of drivers from that way of the world that you don't hear of anymore. When I was younger, old Ken Hopes, Neil Brigg, and all those sort of boys, and it'd be amazing to get back there.
Okay. Jason, thank you for your time this evening. Good luck with this car reveal. It's probably the biggest one we've ever done, purely based on the fact it's a huge secret from your wife. So good luck with that. Good luck with 2021. I'd just like to hand over to you now just to kind of reveal your car for this season. Thank you.
Yeah, first off, thanks to Matt Newson and all the family. You know, they've done a mega job on the car. I've done tiny little bits. They're all just so helpful. JJW is an engineering company that makes lots of bits for me. You know, I'll pick up the phone and he just does it for me. You know, I don't have a lot of sponsors. There isn't really, apart from Matt Simpson. You know, yeah, looking forward to just getting out there and having some fun with it.